Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I pray that you're doing well. I just have something that I want to share with y'all, particularly if you have been struggling with fear or just like anxious thoughts. In one particular area of my life, I feel like God is really stretching me. And as He's stretching me in that place, I'm realizing that it's requiring me to have a greater dependency on Him. And one thing about me, like, I grew up super independent. Like, I grew up always like kind of almost holding my own. I always grew up feeling like I had it on lock. Like I took care of myself in a sense. And so as I grew up, I realized that that kind of was clashing when it came to me and my relationship with God, right? Like I still very much so struggle to really like lean on Him. Essentially, like I struggle with trusting that like He has my back. Like if I let go, like God's gonna pick it up, if that makes sense. Okay, I just felt a raindrop, so I'm gonna hurry this up, okay? Essentially, I'm realizing that in this season of my life, I need to trust God more, right? As like I'm realizing and becoming more aware of how like anxious my thoughts are, as I'm realizing how much I actually do struggle with fear, I'm realizing that those things are because I just don't trust Him in that area yet, you know? And if I trusted God a little bit more to know that He had my back and that He was really here with me, that it would alleviate me from my anxious thoughts, you know? Personally, like I feel like I love the Lord. I could cry. Like y'all know me, but it's like I love Him, but love doesn't always equal trust, you know? As like I'm wanting to know the Lord deeper, as I'm wanting to love Him more, I'm realizing that the area that I need to grow in is trusting Him. Like for me to love Him deeper, to know Him deeper, it's requiring me to trust Him more. There are moments where when I'm really experiencing like a high amount of fear as I'm doing something, you know, I always think to myself, God is holding my hand, right? And if this is you as well, like please share it in the comments. But what has helped me recently, and it's starting to like really become something I'm strengthening, like, you know, I don't know how to make this make sense, but y'all hopefully are understanding. But anytime that I am afraid, like I'm remembering that He's right next to me holding my hand. There is never a time that God is not holding my hand. There is never a time that He is not right next to me, you know? And there's a verse in Isaiah, it's Isaiah 41. I'm gonna read it to y'all. Honestly, all of Isaiah 41 is fire, so please read it. But one particular section that I'll read to y'all is Isaiah 41. Sorry, y'all. Isaiah 41, and it's verse 13, and it says, "For I am the Lord your God who holds your right hand, who says to you, do not fear, I will help you." And I feel like that is something I've been reflecting on, and I want to share it with y'all because I feel like the more aware we become of the fact that God really does have our back, like He cares about all of the things that we're anxious about or overly thinking about or trying to over prepare for tomorrow, like, you know, those things that keep us up at night when we're worrying about what's going to happen the next day or what's going to happen 2 weeks from now. Like God is saying, like, I'm gonna help you, like it's okay. And for us, it's hard to trust God like that, you know, especially if you're like me, where you grew up like hyper independent or super independent, where you felt like, you know, I still be feeling like that, like, you know, I kind of just got myself, right? If you grew up like that, it's hard to even just kind of relinquish that control in a sense and really believe like, okay, if I let this go, God's got it. It's like essentially you dropping, like if I drop this pen, it's like thinking, okay, I'm gonna drop this pen, but not realizing that God's hand is right here, like ready to catch whatever you let go of. And it's really hard for me personally, it's very hard for me to trust that if I just let it go, like God's gonna work it out. But do y'all know, like even you, like think about it, how many times have there been situations or scenarios where you were super anxious about something only for that time to come and for it to not be that big of a deal? There are so many times where I've been in my head or like I've been super worried about something, but then when the time comes and, you know, it passes, I'm like, I was literally literally worried for nothing. Like God was always in it, working it out, you know? There are some times where it's like you'll be so worried about one like small insignificant thing, and it's like in that moment God will provide what's needed even if you don't have it, you know? It's just really wild. And I feel like in this season, in this time, like God is requiring a lot of us to trust him more. And I truly believe that a lot of our anxious thoughts and our fear is going to dissipate, like it's going to disappear when we learn to trust him more, right? It's literally like our lack of trust that even makes us anxious, right? Because again, like it's even, I'll speak for myself, and I'm praying like you probably resonate, that a lot of the time we start to get anxious because we're trusting in ourselves to be capable, to be able to provide, to be able to, whatever the case may be, like to show up. Like we're counting on ourselves instead of counting on the fact that God already has gone ahead of us, knows even more so what we need than we do. And I feel like there's just this letting go of control that's needed for us to trust him more. You get what I'm saying? It's really hard, but it's like, y'all, God is so good. It almost to me like doesn't even make sense why I wouldn't trust him. But it's like, because like I said earlier, you can love but not trust. Trust is like the glue in love, you know? And yeah, I feel like even as I'm speaking, I'm like, man, you know, that's right. So I feel like for me, this is an area where the Lord is stretching me, but and for y'all it may be the same, but please drop it in the comments, share if this is resonating with you, like what's going on in your life. But I'm realizing more recently that I need to trust him more. And if I can just trust him a little bit more, even when I don't have, like I shared with y'all in a recent video of mine, that I'm going through, like I'm just getting busier, and there's some things that have happened in life that I do want to share with y'all at the right time. But I'm just going through a lot of different transitions, and I feel like my life is getting busier, and I don't have my same all the time in the world to just sit with the Lord like how I was in a consecrated place, you know? And I'm finding it hard to kind of just almost balance my life and my relationship with God and like all of these things and resting and like, you know, I'm almost like trying to figure out life all over again. And I'm realizing that as he's pulling me out of like a consecrated place, that it's gonna cause me to trust him even more, because I just don't know how to do life, you know? I don't know anything. I don't know. And so it's gonna require me and us to trust him a little bit more, with the little things and with the big things. There's never a time that God is not right next to you holding your hand, and he does not ever let go. And yeah, that's all I really have to share, y'all. I love y'all so much, and I pray that you're doing well. Drop a comment down below, just tell me how you're doing. And yeah, I will see y'all in my next video. I pray this has blessed you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of the things, and I'm gonna see you in my next one.